So another day, another promise broken by Brexiteers, just showing how, ridiculous Brexit is. Remember, guys, the Brexiteers were saying that as soon as we leave the EU, all these countries will be lining up to do trade deals. They will be able to easily replicate these trade deals. It'll be easy. And of course, what's this? What do I see? BBC News. Brexit. Rolled over UK free trade deals are incomplete. The EU free trade deals that the UK government has managed to roll over are incomplete, say trade experts. The UK Trade Policy Observatory told Newsnight the details cannot guarantee trade will continue for British companies in a no-deal Brexit. This is despite claims from ministers that these deals have been rolled over in their entirety. The Department for International Trade said it has signed a trade continuity agreement with Switzerland. This covers the vast majority of trade under the existing agreements, a spokesman said. But the CIB complained of the, quote, gap between rhetoric and reality from ministers over these deals. As a member of the EU, the UK is part of 40 trade deals which the EU has with other countries. If the UK leaves the EU without a deal, it would fail. It would fall out of these deals immediately. This would disrupt about 11% of the UK's total trade. And that's not including the EU trade, by the way. That's just with all these other countries. So a priority for the government has been to get these countries to roll over their trade deals with the UK. At a Conservative Party event in 2017, Liam Fox said that we are going to replicate the 40 EU trade agreements we have that exist before we leave the European Union, so that we've got no disruption of trade. Believe me, we've up to 40 ready for 1 second after midnight on March 2019, the International Trade Secretary added. As of the 28th of March, only 8 of the 40 have been signed. Experts from the UK Trade Policy Observatory analysed the 8 published community bilateral trade agreement for Newsnight. They concluded that the agreements are incomplete and would likely mean additional costs and potential shortfalls for orders for the UK firms. They also highlighted that the rules of origin problems for the UK products that a country such as Switzerland may have routinely re-report to the European Union because of certain products contain a high share of non-Swiss content. These could face EU tariffs where they did not before, and that could lead to fewer orders for UK products from Switzerland. They also highlighted that the UK and Switzerland had agreed on just 3 out of the 17 mutual recognition agreements. So, as you can already see, these are far from done deals. Omitting products such as medical devices and construction products. This implies that additional testing and certification costs for exporters, they said. The University of Sussex-based research group said that that for the problem stemmed from the fact that the UK's future trade agreements with its biggest trading partner, the EU itself, were unclear. Bilateral negotiation cannot help when the issues are trilateral, hence the new agreements cannot be 100% agreed. Continuity for trade can't be guarantee 100% continuity for trade for the UK. Sam Lowe, a trade expert for the Centre for European Reform, also agreed. A big part of the problem is that the DIT has continually oversold both its capacity to replicate the existing agreements and the nature of those that it has managed to replace. If the government had been a little more honest from the start, they might not have come as such a surprise to many people and businesses when they fell short, he said. A spokesperson for the Department of International Trade said that the trade continuity agreement with Switzerland rolled 8 separate EU agreements into one single agreement. Switzerland has committed to working with us to roll over or to replicate the few remaining agreements as soon as we are confirmed the nature of our future relationship with the EU, he added. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. This doesn't work because Switzerland is going to see what the deal is because they want it to be in their best interest. They don't care about if it's in our best interest. So if it's going awful, then they can go, okay, we can take the UK for pretty much everything. This is what Japan has said. This is what the US has said. This is what Canada has said. This is what all these other countries have said. Even though they've also said, oh, we've agreed an agreement with Iceland and Norway as well. They're pretty much the same. They're saying the same thing. So once again, the Brexiteers are showing that they're what they claim to be true, that this ideal of we'd have all these deals literally ready to go after midnight. So if today really was like day one of independence of UK, congratulations, our trade would be in absolute shambles. It would cause huge problems for this country, economic catastrophes for this country. But there you go. That's Brexit.